Happy Saturday. It's going to be raining all day today, except right now it's not raining. Yes, day 6. We're definitely going to start losing count, but it's really easy because it's the 6th of June and it started on a Monday. How cool was that? So, day 5, rest day. I gave myself a complete rest day. I've got a very, very unhappy ankle and right hip, actually. The ankle might be because of the hip. So I had a hip thing 2 years ago. Is it that long ago? Anyway, I thought it came out, and the only thing that came of my A&E visit, other than a pair of crutches, which I very much needed, I had to ask for, but I very much needed. Thank you, NHS. However, being a woman, the only thing I got out of it was the guy telling me that what I thought happened didn't happen, could not have happened, because they don't go back in again. They don't put themselves back in again, hip joints. Okay, so what did happen? What did happen to me? Never got an answer to that. How do I stop it happening again? Never got an answer to that. I wasn't doing anything extraordinary at the time. I was walking across the living room floor. Anyway, it was horrendous. It took me a long time to recover from and to make sure I got myself over the fear of going out alone, because this happened in my living room. I couldn't walk afterwards, just to be clear. Most painful thing, horrible, very loud noise when it came out, and even louder noise when it went back in, which didn't happen. They don't go out and come back in again. So as I say, I don't know what happened to my hip. The man only told me what didn't happen, and I don't know how to stop it happening again. Anywho, neurospicy, connective tissue. I don't know why there's a link, but there is. So, I wouldn't be surprised if my ankle's been bearing the brunt of something like compensating styly for that hip. But it has been unhappy since lovely Jack Dog took me out very gently with his very enthusiastic wiggly bum bum. He got too close to me when he spun around to face his mum for her to throw the ball. Honestly, it was the slow motion, very low impact fall onto a very cushioned wood forest floor. Very soft, barely hurt. Well, it didn't really hurt. That's the problem of being so bendy. Things don't hurt. They just go where they shouldn't go. But my ankle, the right ankle that I was mainly load bearing on at the time, stretched. I went over and it bent on the outside corner of that ankle, and it was a bit odd afterwards, and then it just got worse and worse and worse. So it now fills up with a little ball of fluid on that outer edge before that sticky out bit of joint that we have on our ankles. It's in front of that. And so day before yesterday, on the organised walk, so that was the 4th day running of doing normal amount of exercise. However, I'd been so stupidly sedentary, other than with the weekly health walk, that yes, it was obviously a shock to the system. And I believe I have lost a lot of collagen for my connective tissue. Anyway, it's been getting very unhappy, and by the end of that organised health walk, that right ankle and the right hip were sore. The right ankle more than anything. It was swelled up so much afterwards. It was in a lot of pain after the walk, and I had to give in the end and put ibuprofen gel on. So I decided to give it a complete rest day yesterday, because once your joints fill up with fluid, you're in the inflammatory response. You shouldn't really be doing stuff on them when they're like that. So I thought I'd give it a full day. I can feel my hip today, which is very interesting. So that tells me there is just something with the right hand side that's not quite right. So a bit more effort's going to go into my stretching. But also, I'm doing the right things, which is one of the reasons why I took this challenge on, because I know I need to move every single day and keep the weight bearing up and just generally exercise to keep my muscles strong, because it's going to be the only thing that holds my skeleton together. One cannot rely on one's connective tissue to do the job. And if you've got really weak muscles, then you're asking even more of your connective tissue, which Ange doesn't need to be doing. So that's where we're at. Not that you asked, but there we are. I'm really hoping this doesn't become more of a problem. This doesn't stop me from getting my miles in each day. I'm out. I was going to say early, it's really not early. Ange doesn't really get out early, because no matter what I put my face on every day, even if I'm not leaving the house, there's a lot of lovely lavender outside the fire station. Let me show you. Look, loads of lovely lavender. Lovely. Have you spotted a theme yet? Seeing shopping trolleys in strange places. It's been a pattern for me since I came down here. It's so funny. I make stories. I have Dad absolutely in stitches with why these two are together. They had a baby. These two had a falling out. That's why that one's upside down. Anyway, I'm finding them everywhere. I don't know if it's this place, specific to this place, but I find it amusing, and my brain does interesting things and makes up stories about it, about the shopping trolleys of this town. Okay, so yeah, body stuff, fingers crossed. We hold together. I love this time of life, I love it. I'm really attempting to change my attitude about midlife, because it hasn't been fun. I don't like the feeling that my body's falling to pieces, I'll be honest. So, attitude change. Let's look through a new lens. I'm not bothering to show you lots of background because it's quite boring. Roads and buildings. I think it's a bit wet to walk through the tree line today, because it has now been raining for more than 48 hours. The weather app says rain every day for at least the next week, and the wind picks up today and gets, there we go, here it comes. It gets windier and windier. So I won't talk to you too much today. Today is about feeling the body, seeing how the hip and the ankle are doing. I won't walk to you, I'm just consciously slowed up. We'll try and go slow and steady till it gains more strength. And we'll make sure to do some stretching. Well, I always do, but more consciously stretch so that all these newly exercised muscles that might tighten up can chill out. Okay, I've walked over sideways a couple of times, and this lady then matches and walks the same way I went. Anywho, I am using today to get chores done, a few things, because then I knew I could come through a place where there's at least some trees, a nice long row of trees, which makes me feel better, especially at the weekend. Oh yeah, I was saying about getting out early. Not early, but I think if you get to supermarkets before 10:30 on a Saturday, you haven't quite got the crazy crowds to deal with. I have no idea what the time is. I'll check and find out. It's 10:28. So if you get to the supermarkets before 11 o'clock, I find that they're not so bad on a Saturday. But that is the truth, though. Anyway, I'm only getting a couple of bits. I'll be on foot. Most people will be doing big trolley shops. Probably. So we're okay. It'll still be, I think it'll be quite chill. Right, now I can show you some nicer scenes. Because it's a pavement. It's also got a cycle path, quite rare. I wish there were more of them, but we like to see that. I could be walking along there, but I think maybe it's not too bad actually. I might have, we'll do that on the way back. We will do that on the way back. I think it's okay. Yeah, it doesn't look too muddy and wet. Marvellous. yeah, I haven't had enough UV this year, I'll be honest. But equally, I can only really close the curtains and pop the SAD light on when I'm home alone, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sorry, I could be showing you a nice scene. I thought I could pan out. I can't. Not on this camera, this facing video. I can only do it on a photo. Yeah, so I'm a bit lackluster. So I'm rewarding myself with a coffee when I get back, and that's what got me out the house. The sooner you get out the house, and the sooner you return and make yourself a lovely coffee. I'm so thrilled, thank you, to have a break in the rain, because literally the weather app shows when it will be light, when it will be heavier, when it's expected to stop, and it thinks it's raining right now. I have been very lucky. 3 days the weather hasn't been June awesome. Has not been June-tastic. And I have managed to get sunny windows, dry windows in the day. And then when I've got inside, it started raining again. So I'm feeling very blessed and supported by the universe in my endeavours. I'm just letting this happen. The wind's blowing it and doing what it wants. We deal. Hello, tree. You are splendid. Splendid specimen. Okay. I'm not going to talk much more today. So today's theme is the body holding itself together, please. We're going to strengthen the muscles in all the ways. I've got Superground's hand weights at home, so that I can start proper strength training videos, body weight and hand weights only, to start off with. But yes, I am strong. I am brave. No, I'm not just streaming a bunch of affirmations. We are embodying this fact. Strength in the muscles to help our connective tissue hold together the skeleton. If I'm this bad now, at the half-century mark, what am I going to be like when I'm 80? So, Ange needs to get herself shipshape pronto. And unfortunately, the lack of UV is making me have naughty thoughts about the things that I'd like to buy in the supermarket. So let's cut that train of thought off right here. Okay. Ciao, ciao. Thanks for walking with me. I don't have my mic in, so I'll be quick. 10:54. I know you know this already. It's not early enough. It's not early enough on a Saturday. I was up at 7. I don't understand how it took me so long to get out the door, but there we are. What was still quiet was the self-checkout area, which is what I suspected. So, plenty of open ones straight out. But there's a lot of people in this world, and I don't like being reminded how overpopulated this world is with humans. So I try and stay away from Saturdays in general. But because I had a rest day yesterday, I had no choice. Okay. Ankle is very sore. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. In fact, the hip's pretty achy, but wish me luck, people. Wish me luck. dry enough. We're still by the noisy road, but it's, hey darlings, bye. I spooked some, so quite a few took to the air other than those two. They're finding wormies post rain, still dry. I bet it's going to happen again. Very glad I wasn't underneath there when those two branches decided to blow off in the wind. I bet you I get inside and it rains. But anyway, love it. That cotton fluffy stuff underfoot is kind of nearly gone now. The cottony, fluffy, floofy carpet. Okay, again, no mic, so I'll shut up. But we're on our way home. It feels long. I'll put my legs up the wall when I get back. Help my ankle drain. And then we'll do some massaging and stretching on and off throughout the rest of the day. Fingers crossed. I'm on collagen at the moment. I'm taking a supplement. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep on it. It's a bit pricey, but fingers crossed that helps. I've been on it for a month though, so doesn't seem to have helped so far. Okay, happy weekend, whatever you're doing. I'll just share a photo of tomorrow's walk, no video. So have a great weekend, have a great Soul Care Sunday tomorrow, and thank you for joining me.